What's up, guys? What's up, girls? Hope you guys are doing just fantastic. I wish I could say the same for myself, because today is a very sad day. Red, $3,800. Nasty day. And now looking back at the stock I was trading now, it's just going parabolic to the moon. I was trading it down at $24. It's now at $36, and it's pushing higher still yet. And I'm red on it. So, $3,800 gone. What happened was, well, it just wasn't that great of a day. And I pushed it. I pushed it way beyond what I should have done. At the start of the day, I was already down over $1,000. And then I was down $1,500. And then I was down $2,000. Then I was down $2,500. Then IGMS pops up on the scanner. I originally was looking at it and trading it, but then dismissed it. Ends up coming, now it's short squeezing. Ends up coming from below VWAP all the way back up. I trade it. I make about $2,000 on it. And I get all the way to like negative 800 on the day. And then I just completely biff it. And I ended up losing $1,300 on it. A $3,300 swing on this stock. And like I said, now looking at it, it's way above my entry. Had I held any of my positions from down in 24, I could have made $20,000-$30,000 if I would have just held it another 30 minutes. Instead, I'm walking red today. So this is where the sucky part of trading comes in. Days like this where it's like, shoot, it's like, first of all, I had the opportunity to walk away and follow my rules and walk away around negative 1,000. I would have just walked away there. I wouldn't be in this situation. If I would have just taken my lucky win on IGMS when I got up to negative 700 and walked, I mean, this today would have been not a big deal at all. I mean, I don't know what to say about missing this big move here on IGMS. I mean, I was well below max loss by the time this move happened. Well below max loss. Yeah, if I would have stuck around and maybe I would have got back out again, but maybe I would have got back out of the hole again, but I was close to having a big red day, like 5,000-6,000, and I was like, don't want to have that. $3,800, it hurts, but I had a $2,800 red day. Well, funny enough, Tuesdays this whole month have been terrible. Oh wow, it's starting to rain. Oh, it is raining really hard. Let's get right into it. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear if that rain is getting picked up on here. It's really raining out here. So I knew Tuesdays were not good. Tuesdays have not been good all month. And still yet, I managed to have a big red day on a day that I basically knew was going to be red. I knew today was going to be red, so how come I allowed it to spiral into something so nasty? Well, emotions. Greed. Stubbornness. Lack of self-discipline. I mean, all these things come together, and then I knew that I was making poor decisions. I was frustrated. I was dizzy. There wasn't very much clarity in my thinking, and potential spam. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is not the day to be messing with me. So, red, $1,300 on a stock that has gone up almost 100%. I mean, this is ridiculous, and I wouldn't be surprised if this goes higher yet still. I was trading it down in this area. So I originally traded it, I think I traded it out of the open. I don't remember if I did out of the open. Anyways, it crashes. I dismissed it. Anyways, it comes back up. I start trading it again up in this area. This is where I make on the break a high day in this area here. Come on, give me a box. Box. I started trading in this area, made about $2,000 up in here, got chopped around in this area here. This is where I lost. I was probably oversized for the spread on this. Spreads on this were big. A lot of times I'd get in and I'd immediately lose $600. Um, but that also helped me out over here, those big spreads, because then I could make $600 really quick, and that's how I made 2 grand really quickly. I made I dug myself mostly out of the hole within a few seconds of trading this momentum. But then also in a few seconds, a few minutes of trading in this chop, I lost it all. And I maybe got it. I was probably getting in on okay patterns, but not good enough for this kind of market. Uh, the market of today. Because I knew Tuesdays were, I mean, just historically, Tuesdays of this whole month have been terrible. Mondays have been great. It's just crazy how Mondays have been just awesome, and then Tuesdays have been complete trash. So yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm debating right now whether I should just get on and start trading IGMS again and hope that I come back out green, because it won't take long to have a nice big win. But it also on the flip side, like I said, it won't take much or long at all for me to have a big loss. And next thing you know, I'm down 5, 6, 7, $8,000 on the day. So in reality, it's the best decision I can make right now is just let it go. Don't touch my computer for the rest of the day. Come back tomorrow, see if there's anything worth trading. If there is, and you get dialed in, then start trading it. But the goal tomorrow is not to try to make back everything I lost today. That's not the goal. The goal is to stop losing money, because it's once you get on that emotional spiral, which I kind of got on today. I kind of was my emotions were compromised today, no doubt. I wasn't thinking logically. I was just, I was just trying to. I traded. How many stocks did I trade today? One, two, three, four, five. That's well above average. I usually only trade one or two, and that's all I need. You only need one good stock to make money, and I'm red out of 4 out of 5. And sadly, I was green on IGMS, and I probably should be green on IMGS. It's just that I traded it poorly, too big of size, wasn't thinking clearly, because when you're already kind of slightly triggered on the day, then your thinking kind of goes out the window. You're compromised, okay, and you're just not on top of your game. Also, furthermore, I mean, the market just wasn't that great today. All the stocks were red. Pretty much everything I was looking at was below VWAP, dying off. So that tells me that it just wasn't a great day to be pushing it. A lot of bulls probably walked away early. The smart ones walked away early. They're like, yep, it's not worth the risk to sit around for this action. Maybe you can get a lucky big win. Surprisingly, IGMS did a short squeeze. I mean, who would have thought that thing would short squeeze? You might have gotten lucky on that, but at the end of the day, just everything was pretty red, pretty wild, not really favorable for easy trading. So the smart people probably left early, and then the idiots like me are the ones left losing money. And the shorts are here too, taking our money. And I gave $3,800, almost 39. We'll round it up, $3,900, because with commission, $3,900. I mean, all things considered, I'm still up. Well, after I lost pretty much everything I made yesterday, so I'm up about just under 70,000 on the month. So I mean, in reality, how sad can I really be about losing $3,800? I mean, yeah, I broke my rules. Yeah, I shouldn't have lost this much money. But still, at the end of the day, I mean, the beauty is, I mean, the bright side is I'm still in the game. I didn't lose $38,000 today. I lost 3,800. I still have almost 70,000 on the month. So comparatively, for an inexperienced trader who's not profitable, this kind of day would be more like a $10,000, $15,000 red day, right? Because that's usually what keeps people from being profitable. Is they'll be doing great, and then when the day comes that they are red, which that day eventually will come, then they lose all emotional composure. They throw all their logic and rules out the window, which I also kind of did today. And then they have a giant red day, and then they wipe away 2 weeks of profit in one day. I didn't do that today. Yeah, I wiped away all yesterday's profit, but in the grand scheme of the long term of my strategy, I mean, I'm going to recover from this. Maybe tomorrow I have an $8,000 green day. I don't think so. I don't think that will happen. I think we're due for the market to slow down. And it's not surprising that after a really good 3 weeks that we're going to have a slowdown, or it's going to get choppy at least. And that's exactly what's happening. So I don't even feel like looking at all these stocks. They're just all. I mean, Pick was doing all right. I was dialed in for this 2-bar pullback 4,500 shares. I got nervous. I knew it was looking really good to break. I mark it out, totally miss about $800. I buy high, half share size up here, and it flushes. Like I was here looking for this trade right here. I was in like 560 or maybe 570, 4,500 shares for the break of the pivot at 580, whatever. I pussied out and sold. I marketed out, and I mean that was like a clean $800 win that I missed by a few seconds, and now I'm sitting down red 200. So this is about $1,000 I missed out here because right, if I would have made $800 instead of losing 200, that's a $1,000 difference. So I could have had $1,000 here. IGMS. I mean, this is incredibly frustrating. I just wish these stocks would die right after I'm done trading them because otherwise you have to deal with the FOMO. You know, not only did I lose money on it when I was up 2,000 on it, I was up 2,000 on it. Now I'm sitting down $1,300 and this thing ripped a considerable amount. I mean, this is like a short squeeze. You don't get this kind of action every day. This is parabolic almost. We were down here at $20, not even but probably an hour ago, and we went all the way up to 36. That's a large move. That's $16. It's almost 100% move, and I lost money on it. Why? Well, I mean, it's a risky stock. The spreads are big on it. It moves fast. If it drops on you, you're going to lose a lot of money really fast. And if you're not properly sizing like I wasn't, you're going to lose a lot of money really quick. Or you make a lot. But it just so happened that I did make a lot, but then I lost it all, plus more. So yeah, I really feel tempted to get on to trade this, but the reality is I'm up against the wall. I just don't have any more room. I just don't have any more room to lose money today. There's a shot that I can jump on and then finish the day green, and I've done that kind of stuff before, but I just know in the long run that in the long run you're just going to end up losing more than you win on these kind of days where you're already emotionally compromised, when you're already pissed and angry. I mean, yeah, I see this breaking high day, probably going to $40-$50 yet today. I just can't take the risk, and even if I went small share size, I would just not even. If I went small share size, yeah, I'd manage my risk and I could probably trade it, but then I wouldn't be making enough money to cover my losses. Maybe a few $100s. You know, maybe I could squeeze out another 500, 600, 700, even $1,000, but I'm still red, and I'm still taking a whole bunch of risks to do that. So is it really worth it? You know, why don't I just come back tomorrow when there's an easy stock that I can just easily trade and make a bunch of money on? Like stealing candy from a baby. Why don't I just wait for a day like that instead of, getting onto? Because I've made that mistake. I've made that mistake so many times of getting back on, and I'm even debating whether I should do it right now. But I just know that by tomorrow, by next week, by next month, this red day is not really going to be affecting me like it is now. It's not going to compromise my emotions. If I can get refocused, losing money is part of day trading. This is not something you can avoid. Yeah, I could have lessened had a smaller loss. That's what I could have done today, but chose not to. But you can't just not have a red day. You're gonna have red days. It's just whether you have a big red day or a smaller red day. This one's a bigger red day, but not a $15,000 red day. So in that sense, it's still a win. I'd say today is still a win as long as I don't get back on. As long as I don't get back on and I just come back tomorrow. Maybe squeeze out $2,000 tomorrow, whatever. I'm not gonna shoot for the stars. Just gonna take it easy, and then hopefully, hopefully tomorrow there's some cleaner action. I mean, this is not bad. This is a good sign that bulls are still in charge. That bulls still have strength, and that shorts are probably still on the more nervous. But every other stock we traded, it shoots up below VWAP. This one I didn't see until that one trade right there that I missed. I mean, I was in it, but then I got scared. So I essentially missed it. ALLG, I made a little bit on, but that ended up dumping. What else did I trade? Meds. I don't think Meds was anything special. It looks like it did give some nice moves here, but I remember trying to get in over in here, trading it in this area. Like I lost $500 on this stock. It did ripping, but I was trying to catch the breakthrough VWAP down in these candles. Never happened. It's just choppy. I couldn't ever get dialed in on this one. Lost $500 on. That's ridiculous. Cost was the worst. This is the one that I lost right out of the gates. Uh, big spreads, big spreads. Trying to get in with big size, thinking we would break 1161 and squeeze up by at least to 12-ish. Never broke it. Didn't even break it. Look at it, flush right back down. So I was in up here around 1135, thinking we'd break 1161. Never did. Big spreads. Lost a lot of money really fast. Instead of making a lot of money really fast, I lost a lot. So it's one of those things where it's like, had this worked like I thought, it was on the tip of the iceberg. It was right there about to work. Had this worked, I would be up $2,300. It's like almost completely vice versa had this actually worked. Just so happened that this one didn't work today, and that's just the way these stocks operate. Is some will work and some will not, and you can't get too bent out of shape. You have to roll with the punches. I got a little stubborn on this one, trying to catch a lot of bottoming tails, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't that strong. It was a terrible stock to trade. I don't even know why I traded it. This was hands down the worst stock of the day. IGMS was way better. I got chopped in this area terribly, and I think I just got impatient, and I was grasping for a last hope of having a green day, and I was close. I was down to negative 700. I should have just cut it there. I would have just cut it there at negative 700. I wouldn't even have any emotion at all. I just was trying to be a hero, trying to go green on the day, which is nothing new. I mean, I've done this so many times. So I'll come back. I'll be back. I mean, this is the way it is. It's a grind. It's you do good, and then eventually things slow down, and you got to switch to defense. So tomorrow I'm going to be more on the defense side, less offense, less aggression, more defense. And then if stuff starts to fall into place, a good pattern sets up and it works right away, and then I can do well, and then I can get dialed in, and then I can be a little bit more aggressive, more offensive instead of defensive. But right now I'm going to have to switch to more defense, especially because we only have 2 more days of the month. So on the last 2 days of the month, I don't want to biff it. I already kind of biffed it today. I already kind of lost almost $4,000 today, basically $4,000. So luckily yesterday was 44.50. That's the thing too. I was like, okay, I had 4,400 yesterday. As long as I don't lose more than that, then I'll still be green on the week. So I kind of did use that as my backstop. As like, okay, at least don't lose more than 4,500, because I'm still up $650 on the week. It's just that's not a big enough cushion where I could lose all that in one trade. So, anyways, I don't know. It's just that's trading, and today's gonna kind of be a sad day. I think I'm gonna withdraw a lot of money out of my account today, just to lock it in, get it in my bank account, so I don't. A lot of times I will do that. I mean, I already have 166,000 in my account here now. Actually, a little bit less than that. It's gonna be more like 160. So I'll pull out 60,000, lock that in. I don't know, make me feel better. Kind of maybe stop me from losing more money. We'll see. So I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. Didn't do so much chart reading today just because I'm tired of looking at these stocks. So I'm just pissed. And as you can see here, IGMS is just rubbing it in. It's like putting salt in the wound, putting hand sanitizer in your cuts. Now that I see it's ripping right after I shut down, and it just is ripping and ripping and ripping. But I'm telling you, if I get back on and try to trade this, that's when this thing's gonna crash. I mean, that's just the way it works. It's just the way it works. If I don't trade it, it'll rip. But if I do jump on and trade it, it's gonna crash. That's just trading. So we'll come back tomorrow. We'll see what we can get, and if nothing's good tomorrow, then I'll just shut down early. I'm gonna actually trade a lot less tomorrow. If I'm not gonna do what I did today and push it, didn't pay off. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna put out more comments or more videos based on your comments. If you have video requests, drop them in the comments. Also, join the Discord if you haven't joined. And with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.